Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kazuri Alameen, and once again, I'm still breathing. I'm very grateful. My negative wisdom for you this morning is a lot of people mean well. Some of them don't mean well. Where I'm going with this morning is I just got off a call, and there was a woman that lost her husband. And what transpired was she's been getting calls from different people saying they know how she feels because they lost their husband too. And I think people mean well on the average. But what I want to encourage you to remember not to forget, don't allow anybody to grief compare you. And once again, I'm speaking from over 40 years experience dealing with and teaching grief and loss classes. What do you mean, Mr. Kazuri? Example, the lady that lost her husband, uh, she has a right to her feelings, whatever those feelings may be. And yes, somebody can call and say, I lost my husband too. That's a commonality there, but still there's a difference because we all grieve different. Nobody knows how you're feeling. A lot of times when a person passes away, somebody will call you, I know how you feel. And that's really so condescending. How you know how somebody else feel? Hell, there are times you don't know how you feel. Both parties could have lost their spouses and deal with it completely different. You don't know how that person feels, the person don't know how you feel. So don't allow anybody to grief compare you. And I know people mean well, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I honor that process. But don't allow anybody to grief compare you. So many people who've been grief compared, and inside they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but they're pissed. How does a person know how I feel because I lost one of my loved ones? But I'm not going to say anything because maybe they do. No, they don't. That's not being mean. That's not being negative. That's real. Nobody knows how you feel except you. Especially when you're dealing with grief and loss, there are going to be some times that you don't know how you feel. So if you don't know how you feel, and you with you all the time, how somebody's going to know how you feel? And once again, if both of y'all lost spouses, highly respected. But the difference is we all got a different DNA. You might deal with your feelings a certain way, and she might deal with her a certain way. He might deal with his a certain way, which is okay. So my point is, don't allow anybody to grief compare you. You be where you are where you be. Be where you are where you be. I need to say this again. Be where you are where you be. Yes, it's good to have support. It's good to have people who are empathetic. It's good to have people who are sympathetic. I'm not minimizing that, but don't allow anybody to grief compare you because only you know how you feel. And there will be some times along your recovery, how we dealing with grief and loss, you ain't gonna know how you feeling. So how somebody else gonna know how you feeling? Don't allow anybody to grief compare you. I deal with it all the time. And like I said, it's one of the things that people say. I know how you feel. I lost a loved one. I lost some. I hear that. Respect it. But you don't know how that person's feel. Like I said, some people mean well, some people don't. But don't. I'm talking to you. Don't allow anybody to grief compare you. You got to be with your feelings because your feelings going to be with you. It's not a rush job. Grief has no time limit. Grief has no time limit. Example, my mom transitioned to her next level of development, I love to call it these days, almost 9 years ago. And so I'm definitely at a point where as I have my moments of memories of sadness, of hurt, of frustration, that's totally okay. I'm gonna deal with this. There's no time limit on that. It was my mom, how I dealt with my mom, how my mom dealt with me, what I feel about my mom. So instead of trying to rough job, I'm not gonna let anybody compare me and where I should be or shouldn't be, and vice versa. But be where you are because when you're in your own feelings, that it ain't gonna be good all the time. You ain't gonna be happy all the time. That's why I mentioned about my own stuff. But it's okay. You're human. But don't allow my message this morning. Don't allow anybody to grief compare you, and don't you rush yourself as far as grief and loss go. I've heard some people say, "Well, has he been dead? Or he been dead this long?" Well, basically they're telling you, "Well, you should be always by now." That's once again, that's very condescending. How you gonna tell me how to feel about a loved one? One of my loved ones. You deal with your stuff. I deal with my stuff. So don't allow anybody to grief compare you. Take your time. Grief has no time limit. There's no expiration date. How you deal with it, is you'll grow into that because there are gonna be many firsts. What do you mean when the first, Mr. Kazuri? You have a memory of your loved one and you get excited. You have a memory of your loved one, and after that you get sad. You might have many firsts. You think about some things y'all done together, conversations you had together. These are experiences you had in your life. This is not some fantasy. So roll with that. There gonna be some times you want to laugh, you want to cry, you want to talk. Sometimes you don't want to talk to anybody. Whatever you need to do along your grief and loss recovery journey, you do that. It's like you can't get it in the book. Don't allow anybody to grief compare you when it comes down to working with in dealing with your loved one, a loved one. So whoever, it could be a friend. You got to be, brief has no time limit. When a person dies, you must deal with it what best works for you on your road to recovery. Please, ma'am, and please, sir. Thank you.